Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to your end of November 2022 general tarot reading. It's Rena here. Wow. You saw that I spread that out, and I just did Taurus's reading, and I got that in a different position, but it's really wild when you shuffle, and then I got that for Taurus too. So let's pick a card here. Oh, you've got some good cards, Virgo. And so many major arcana, half of them. They don't comprise the most amount of cards in the tarot deck, so could signify ending the month with a bang, to say the least. The heart of the matter is the Magician card. So just like I was talking to Taurus, it's about resourcefulness in your life. What do you have right now to co-create with the universe, to do something? I think with Virgo people, because I have the moon in Virgo, that there is a tendency to be like everything has to be perfect before I can start doing something. It's kind of a trick we play on ourselves. Is it procrastination? Well, maybe to some degree, but I also obviously think it's perfectionism. And this idea of that, oh yes, everything has to be in perfect order on the outside before I will launch my business or my YouTube channel or whatever. And the thing that is the most revolutionary is just even believing that you can do something on your own, because I think a lot of Virgo people feel that they have to always work for somebody else, always take orders. Virgo is a servant. And the servant, we need all of that. We need people who have humility. We need people who are willing to cooperate with others. But sometimes you have a vision that can't be denied. And you don't, if you like the job, if you work for somebody else and it's not bothering you, do something on the side. Don't think that it has to be this grandiose idea. But when I look at the past position, we have the Empress, and that could certainly be the artist. This is a creative force to be reckoned with, I would say, but only if she is willing to go down that path. And it can be a very lonely path, the path of creativity. The divine feminine, this is what the divine feminine is, and it's passive. It's not, when we think about, and it's funny because this is connected to Aries, and that's more of a masculine, the divine masculine, you could say. But that's not in the tarot. They don't call that the divine masculine card. But this idea of being receptive, this is what art is all about, because it's like a meditation. And somebody who's trying to conceive children, same thing, because that could be, the Empress could be that you're longing to be a mother or even a father. But that idea of, are you receptive to the idea? People say, women say, I can't conceive. But have you really conceived of the idea of having children? Maybe there's a part of you that is ambivalent about doing this. And once you get on board, then it's like you let go of resistance. The Magician card, you might be saying, how am I going to do this? They say it costs X amount of money, $100,000 to raise a child. I don't have $100,000. These kinds of things that go through their head. And those are, things that people are saying, but is it really true what they're saying? Is that true for you? Is it true for the other people who have raised children and didn't have all this money up front? Were they able to do it anyway? All of that is that's highly debatable. Sometimes people say people shouldn't have children when they don't have money, and I totally understand that perspective too. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about all of these things that we're told we can't do. And the magician is really about resourcefulness, doing what you can with what you have. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know that saying. Uh, it's like doing what you can with what you have where you are, something like that. And it builds upon itself. Um, Also, with love, maybe you're in love with an Aries person. That would be an interesting love match for sure. The odd couple in a lot of ways, but it might work for some people. The higher message is the Two of Pentacles. This is a card of, uh, when I do the higher message, it's like the bigger picture. So even though, like, what I would say about this card is it can be mulling over a job offer that's far away overseas, the water in the background, or juggling two jobs, or juggling work and, like if you're starting a business, maybe you're working at night at the business and you're doing your day job during the day. Maybe you're, going back to school and working. Or if you have recently become a parent and you have to juggle because you're still working and you want that independence that the magician is connected to, but you don't know how you're going to be able to do it. It could be any of those things. But it's not, these are beautiful cards. These are not, none of the cards that I see before me, even in the challenge position, is something to feel like, oh my God, my life sucks. No. What crosses you is the Nine of Cups. This is like too much of a good thing. But this is one of those cards where it's funny because this card, I think they said it connected to Jupiter and Pisces. I'm not 100% on that, but something like that. And we just came from, we're in Jupiter and Pisces right now, so that's your opposite house. So the bottom line is that for some of you, you've had a lot of blessings, but maybe it's been too much for you in a sense, and you don't really know like what to do. I was going to say maybe you have overindulged for some reason, but Virgo overindulging, that doesn't sound like it's possible. But we know that Virgo people, I know that Virgo people, I know more than one Virgo person that has definitely overindulged in their life. And one, I actually think it costs their life through addiction. So Virgos can be like anybody else, I guess. But you might have a lot on your plate, and I think as a higher message card, it's saying that this is not necessarily a permanent situation. If you feel like you're kind of frenzied or harried, don't fear that this is going to be a new normal, because it's, everything settles down. If it's something that has just come all of a sudden, then you can be rest assured that it's just temporary. What's coming in is a Chariot card, and this is more good news. The Chariot card is about success, about being able to control your life as much as you can control it by centering yourself. You see the horses of duality, the black and white horses, representing those situations, those forces in our lives that are very extreme, dualistic, polarizing. And when we get caught up in that polarization, and this has been insane. I mean, this has been, I've been around the block a few times. This has never been like this. We may have always had it to some degree, but the last 5 years or so has been very polarized. And this is, according to some spiritual seers, healers, that this is part of the ascension process, because it's like separating the wheat from the chaff, or you could say the higher vibrations from the lower ones, where there's no longer this general consensus reality that's on the lower end of things. People have higher expectations for their lives, and so they're not as easily fooled, they're not as easily placated, and it leads to a lot of civil unrest, or just that the threat of that kind of thing, but it also can promise a greater future for all of us. So it's on that's on the macro level. On the micro level, you're being able to do this within your own life. The outcome is the Ten of Cups. This is a card of happily ever after. This is the card of marriage, a happy family, and, kind of celebrating those things. Like even I would say, like, in addition to the family, if you're trying to have a child, or if you are trying to start a business, this helps your family, even if you are harried, because you're going to be in a better mood. You're going to feel more in control of your life, and you're going to feel like, the people that are very unhappy, part of that unhappiness is not feeling sovereign, not feeling like you have any choice in the matter. And, I've been away from that reality for so long that it's hard for me sometimes to sympathize or empathize, but I think about it and some of the things that I experienced myself, and I understand how people feel. But unfortunately, some people don't feel like the magician. They don't feel like they have the ability to create a different reality for themselves. And if a person doesn't feel that way, they're going to be at the mercy of other people. That's the bottom line. Because, of course, you can work for other people, and there's no problem whatsoever. But the problem begins when a person feels trapped, like they have to do something. Then the energy, the vibe is very low. It's not coming from a willingness to do something. It's coming from obligation. So that's a totally different feel to it. But yeah, so I love this reading for you, Virgo. I don't know how this is going to manifest in your life, or if you personally resonate with some of these themes. But in any case, thank you for watching. If you would like a private reading, I am promoting my double astrology chart readings. And unlike the tarot, at least for me, the chart is the place where I can be more precise. Or what I think is true. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but the difference is that, as somebody who has the moon in Virgo, I want to be more detailed and less vague. And so I love to do chart analysis for people. And this package deal is an hour of natal chart interpretation with an hour of transits for a special price. And I have another version with the tarot for people who like tarot. But, I have these readings as standalone readings because people will buy like a transits reading. They've already had a natal chart from me in the past. So I have, single readings too. It's just that these readings are significantly discounted because you're buying two at one time. So that's that. That's called my deep dive reading. And the other one is called the whole enchilada. And I have other, love readings, career readings. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at rainandmoonastrology.com. Take care. Bye.